Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So the ice packs actually, it's easier to walk on than the ice. So, all right, we made it. Okay. So we do a little quote and question at the beginning of each show. Sorry about that, guys. Um, what did I do to myself? I'll get to that in just a second. Rolled my foot. Long story short, I rolled my foot yesterday. Um, yeah. So, all right. So the quote is, guys, sometimes people let the same problem make them miserable for years. And I did this one a few weeks ago, probably a month ago, maybe. But like, it hit hard again today when I read it. So usually I'll read through them, and when one of them kind of hits me, that's how I pick whatever it is that I'm going to do. So it says sometimes people let the same problems make them miserable for years when they could just say, so what? It's one of my favorite things to say. So what? What one thing should you just say, so what to? And for me, as I sit here over the last couple weeks, I think the one thing I have to say so what to 69. The one thing that I'm going to tell you, hello, Classy. I don't know if I'm saying that right. You'll have to correct me when you hop in the box, babe. Is your opinions of me. I don't give a crap. I have had to learn to go, okay, you don't like me. You don't like my purple hair. You don't like that I wear bows. You don't like that I wear skirts to work. I don't care. So what? Don't look at me. I really had to focus on not allowing other people's opinions of me to affect my day, right? I think too many of us find ourselves in situations where other people, their opinions, right, of us, it ruins our day. And why? Let me ask you something. Okay? Do you even like that person? Do you even care if they like you? Because if you really get to know people, when they're mean and they talk bad about people, they're not really generally good people. So make sure that before you care about what other people think, make sure that they've got their ducks in a row. And if they're going to point a finger at you, right? I got one pointing at you, right? How many are pointing back at me? 1, 2, 3. So if you're accusing someone of something and pointing your finger, it's probably because it hits you a certain kind of way. You're insecure about that your damn self. I said it. I said what I said. So remember, when they're picking on you for something, it's because they're insecure about it them damn self. It's hard. It's hard because you'll go somewhere and you'll be like, oh my God, I'm gonna use the bullet down here, okay? The bullet is just the cutest thing that I've ever seen ever. Ever! Like, drop dead. Oh my God, perfect specimen. And then he opens his mouth. I'm out. Bye. You know what I mean? So the rights everything. But do you know what I mean, guys? Like I see a lot of people on here, and I've been stream hopping, and I see a lot of trolls. And look, guys, if someone is trolling you, not only is it because, they're going to say things about you that they're insecure about in themselves, but they're hurt people. If people are on this app trying to go around and hurt other people, it's because they hurt themselves, okay? So ain't nobody on this app that is a positive, happy mofo going around going, oh my God, blah, 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 about so-and-so. None, they just don't. I don't have time for that crap, right? I'm going around and I want to find people who are positive people. I want to find people who are going to make my brain start going, huh? Like thinking. I like the people that are going to push me to better myself, right? And someone can push you to be better, and people can, hold on, I got to get the right word, constructive criticism. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you are happy with yourself and you can lay down, or actually, no, not even lay down, if you can look in the mirror at the end of the day when you're brushing your teeth and washing your face, and you can go to bed a happy mofo, then just keep doing what you're doing. You cannot allow other people's opinions or feelings to dictate your happiness. F that. On a for real note, none of you can control my feelings. None of you can control how I react. None of you can control how the rest of my day goes. So just remember, guys, do what makes you happy. Be who you are. What if we have insomnia? Girl, I feel that 100%. Me and my 3 hours of sleep, if I'm lucky, a night lately. But all right, so we've got two amazing guests. I do believe Cap Girl had to go second. So if our first guest can request the box, we will get started here in a minute. Exactly. You know, I think that's important too. Not everybody's going to agree with relationships and friendships. And as a person on the outside, you're more than welcome to voice your opinion in a polite way to me. I will keep my eyes open and under my search situations, you know, but at the end of the day, I have to form my own opinion, because if I listen to everybody's opinion of certain people, half of the people in this room right now wouldn't be my friend, because I would have believed somebody else that they were a bad person, and now they wouldn't be my best friends. People will try to drive wedges between you. Like if they see me and Curvy Ginge up there and Mr. Fox's princess hanging out, having a good time, you know, and King Steve-O comes in and he's like, man, I am so jealous. I want to hang out with those chicks, right? He's going to do what he can to drive the wedge, right? Or, and you know, that's usually a she thing, I should say. I'll be honest. But they're going to try to drive that wedge between friendships. They're going to try to run their mouths to get people to do and say things that normally, don't you dare. I am mad at you. Don't even come over for hugs and loves and kisses, because you're still in the doghouse. Oh, I hate doing that because sometimes it ends my life, but I was getting a phone call. All right, here we go. First guest. Let's go. Yes.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How
I'm
are
doing
you?
all right. All right, so correct me on your name, because I'm sorry I butchered it.
You can call me Class.
Uh-oh. Is she
Just
going
call me Class. Class Swim is the full. I'm here.
Class Swim? Class. All right, so Class, call you Class? Okay.
Yes.
Shh.
Yeah.
Go lay down, please. No. He dutied on my floor twice yesterday and again today, and he has not done that in a really long time, so he's in the doghouse today. All right, tell us, what are we going to be talking about today?
Well, I think that I want to talk about the day I learned to be careful about who you trust. Walk on eggshells, right? Be careful when you move forward and create relationships with people. And I learned that. I mean, lots of times in my life, but I definitely learned it hardcore on this app. And I think that's huge.
So tell us a
Where do you
little
want me?
bit about the day that you realized this. Like, what was it that kind of made you go, okay, I got to be careful?
Well, I was on the app, and I really do, like, just like you were saying, trust people and go into lives and get to know people. And I met somebody on this app who was came to me like I was on Catfish, the show, and I just want people to love me for who I am and all this stuff. And I took this person in as a friend. And when I tell you everything they said about that person on Catfish was definitely real. I got for about $3,500 on the app, just trying to help, you know,
Right.
her feel better and all these things. It was absolutely insane. All the lies, all the everything that, you know, you just want to be accepted for who you are. Well, then just let me accept you for who you are, right? And when it came down to it, she had killed off her daughter. I paid for a fake funeral, like through Cash App, sent money. I paid for a fake funeral. Um, yeah, it was insane. I paid for her to move from one state to another just so she could feel better because she was depressed. All of these things, right? Exactly. A fake funeral for her daughter, yes. Yeah, then to find out, and I arranged a an app like lantern release for her daughter because we really thought this little girl died.
Right.
Um, so a lantern release where my people were gonna, you know, be in the box and we were gonna talk about the little girl and all these things, and she canceled the lantern release because her brother had COVID. Unless you want to come to the hospital and do it, right? Because she moved apparently to my area to be closer to me, and I was going to go be with her as an app representation of, oh my gosh, you know, we care about you, whatever. So the lantern release was the first time I was like, wait, all right, well, that's not happening. And then I got dressed the morning of the funeral and I was going to go and just be there for moral support. And she ghosted me the morning of the funeral. Like, no text, no nothing, anything. Just ghosted me because there was no funeral.
Right.
Right. And I didn't find out till weeks later, when my crew of very good friends started like looking at Facebook and looking at Instagram and just like these pictures. Yes, they're pictures of a funeral, but it's April and these people are wearing flip-flops and it's cold outside. And do you realize that those, no, it was February, I don't remember. Anyway, there were leaves on the trees. And my friends were like, go outside and look at the leaves on your trees. Do you have leaves on your trees? And I was like, no, I don't. And she's like,
Right.
exactly. That's not a real picture. It was a funeral picture, but it was her grandmother's
Right.
funeral from years ago. And they were able
Oh
to
my
uncover
God.
like, pictures of her wearing the same dress years prior. Like, it was insane. And yeah, it was.
So we don't put people on blast per se. That's not what we're here for. We're just here to make people aware of things that we've been through so that other people know that they can get through them, or to give advice in order to help prevent someone from having to go through something that we've been through. Guys, for those of you who are new to this show, it is Lessons Learned, my amazing guest class in the box. And we're more or less talking about how you've got to really take your time getting to know a person. I personally feel that it takes at least a year to really get to know most of somebody. None of us really ever fully know somebody. You know, I think everybody holds something back from everybody. Um,
Yeah.
but I do think that it's important that we understand, like, yes, it's okay to help people, but I need everyone to hear this part out. You can help someone, but do not give them things that you can't afford to give, right? Like, if
Right.
you struggle to cover your own bills, don't be sending somebody money. Don't be putting money on this. Sorry, meet me, but don't be putting money out into places like the apps or whatever when you don't have it. Now, when you get caught up, things are fine. Get your taxes, you have a little extra, that's fine. But y'all stop for a second and make sure that you have your ducks in a row before you go trying to put someone else's ducks in a row. because unfortunately, most of the time, they don't want their ducks in a row. They want you to put their ducks in a row. They want you to organize their life. They want you to pay for things, right? So I will do anything. And if I have extra clothes and I see that you're running low, or you've got kids and I've got clothes that could fit your kid, I will more than happily donate things that I have to you. You could come to my house. I'll make hot dogs and mac and cheese. I'm not loaded either, right? But I have things that I could do. Hell, I make some pasta. That cost me a couple bucks to feed 10 people. You know, you get a big bag of noodles and a jar of sauce. And most of the kids just want butter on it anyways, right? So like, there's things you can do to help people. And I'm telling you right now, if somebody is really hurting and struggling, they're going to be absolutely beyond grateful for that plate of pasta. I don't care that it cost you 40 cents to make. If they're ungrateful for the small things, they don't deserve the big things, right? So I won't ever again put myself out to help someone else. Now, I will give you the shirt off my back. Like I said, you can need a place to stay for a couple nights. I have an extremely uncomfortable couch you can try to sleep on, but you'll probably pick the floor. But it's super important that and I'm not going to say test our friendships, because that's kind of silly, but it's kind of not, right? You have to, maybe you do something and then the next time they ask you, you intentionally say, I can't today. Let's try tomorrow. And if they get all bent out of shape because you can't do something this one time, or if all of a sudden they stop calling because you're unable to help them with little things, that's not, you know what I mean? So you just really got to make sure, and there's a world of give and take. Maybe they don't have a lot of money, but maybe I need a dog sitter. So I help with dinners and clothes, and you help watch my dog when I leave town for a couple days. You know what I'm saying? There's ways that you can give back, but in life, it is a game of give and take. You cannot keep taking without giving. And if you keep giving without taking, you're going to be empty. You're going to deplete your whole self.
Yep.
So you've got to make sure the people you're surrounding with are trying to make the world go round, not drain you.
And that's when I started to realize that honestly, like, it's about energy exchanges, right? I need to feel your energy first before we can even be friends.
Yes.
Because listen, I'm the same way. I'm gullible. I do all these things, right? But like, it really took my friends to screenshot pictures and zoom in on the trees and go outside and look at your trees. And it didn't put me out to send the money, but like, I looked and I was just like, you're right. This is wild, And then it was absolutely insane.
I think the hardest part of all of it for me, though, class, was honestly not losing who I was, because I'm genuinely a giving person. I'm the mama bear of every friend group I've ever been in. Always have been, always will be. If we're going out, I'm watching everybody I'm with. I'm keeping tabs. It's just how I've always been. I've seen too many things in my young age, and I've just always been protective. I am very protective of the people that I love. And I am very zeroed in on when I take the kids out, or if I go out with a group of friends, I know where y'all are. Like, and not because I'm tracking you on your phones, but because you better tell me, because if not, I'm going to yell at you when you come back. Where in the hell were you? I went pee. I don't tell me. Tell me, the world is crazy scary anymore. Like, I'm not going to follow you, but I just want to know where you're at. That way, if something happens, I can go, okay, at this time they went there and this is, but I've always been over worried. And that probably has ruined a lot of friendships or relationships, but I can't help it. I can't help it because I've always been that way. And I've always been extra careful, especially with the kids. Adults, I've learned to cut back a lot, but with the kids, there's no slack. And my daughter's learning. She's about to be 14, and I think it's hard for her for me to be like, no, I need to know where you're at all the time. She's like, my friends' parents don't care. I'm like, their friends' parents probably track your phone. You don't have a phone yet, So like, there's reasons and there's methods. So I struggle with trusting my own kid, let alone just people. Especially teenagers. They're mean. But class, what I was going to say is do not let, and this has been my biggest one, do not let people change who you are. Don't stop having that side of you, and don't lose that amazing side of you. Just make sure that you give it to the right people in the future.
Oh, 100%. This all happened 3 years ago, right? I've been on the app for 4.5 years. This happened maybe 2.5 years ago, and my whole the way I look at the app and the way I like get close to people is completely different now. Because I legitimately gave this person a chance to be who they were because that's what they asked for.
Yep.
And I'm definitely an energy exchange person. I am a teacher in real life, so I have to every day. I've got to restart every day because teenagers are gross and ugly and all those things, right? They're one person one day and then they come in and they're a different person the next day. So, and I treat people, on the app kind of the same way because it's kind of like teenage life here. It's like high school.
Yeah, it can be. So this is not AA. This is a show called Lessons Learned, and I am Silly Lily, and I host it every Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I have two guests, sometimes three, but we discuss about something we've been through, a lesson that we think other people can benefit from in life, whether it's knowing that you too can get through something, or maybe our words will help you. Get through, if you're, prevent yourself from having to go through something. None of us are professionals. We're just everyday people here who my guests are willing to make themselves vulnerable enough to help you. And that's why, if you guys notice, there's zero bully tolerance over here, and that's on the regulars. You want to come at me, depending on my mood, I'll play. Sometimes I'll poke the bear back. But during this show, I have, and there's not a lot. I don't get a lot of trolls. I don't look a lot of have a lot of bullies. But this is definitely an upbeat show. It's a show where we just talk, like I said, we talk through a lot of things. And her being on today, I've been making a lot of new friends at work, and a couple of them have had me questioning, and now she's here like, trust your friends. And I'm like, ooh, maybe I should back away from that person and let's see how they act. They're still a little newer to the job. Let's see how they, and honestly, a couple of them within a month or so of me of being there, like you can see they're good people, but they don't have their life together. But they're also really young, but they're fun. So a part of me wants to go hang out with them after work, but the other part of me is like, that's trouble. You're too old.
100%.
And on top, I don't really drink. I went out. Oh God, that's for an off day. That's for an after show story. Let's not go there. So I guess if you could look back and tell your younger self anything, what would it be about life? As you sit here today.
Honestly, and I've really learned to like figure this out recently. Trust your intuition. Everybody says go with your gut, go with your gut, go with your gut. Nobody really knows what that means until you actually go with your gut and it's right so many freaking times. And you're like, all right, I guess I gotta go with my gut type thing. You know what I mean? Like that's the biggest thing. But there are people that don't have that with they don't have that connection with themselves. They don't know themselves well enough to be able to trust their gut. So they're like, oh, my gut's telling me to go on a vacation, and it's not necessarily what you should be doing. But I can promise you, had I listened to my gut a couple times early on in life, I could have saved myself from a lot of situations.
Yeah, I think that our gut is, and I find myself ignoring it when it's something I really want, even though everything tells me no. Like
Yeah.
again, like that really cute boy at the bar, right? Like he was over there eating his chicken wings and he was so cute, but everything in your gut's like, just stay away, just stay
Mm-hmm.
away. And then you go and you hang out with him, and then you're like, wow, I should have stayed away. I've had that a lot. Like you try to hang out with people because you think they look fun or they look cool, but they were trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I found myself a couple times in some pretty awkward situations that I had to get out of, which again are stories for after the show.
Understood, right? You want to know.
Featured show rules. I can't give you all the juicy deets. All right, so we're creeping up on 10:30. And I have a few more questions before I let you go. Is there anything else that you wanted to add to this topic? I think we covered it all.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
All right. So tell these fine folks a little bit about yourself when you stream, if you have any other shows or battles or auctions or any of that stuff going on. Just tell us a little bit about you and your stream life.
Well, I'm Class. I was swimming on the other side before we got rudely evicted. I was a POF streamer from the beginning in March of 2020. I'm here now. I'm here full time, not full time. I call myself a drive by streamer. You can catch me when you can. You know, if the door is open and you drive by, I might be there. I might not be. Normally between 10 and 12 at night, I'll be streaming. Normally on the weekends as well. My favorite thing is, honestly, my favorite thing now is shows. Just because people can't come to me with their problems and accuse me of garbage.
I just make you get on here and talk about problems.
No, that's fine, because when I'm in my stream, it really is like a counseling session. People come to me for advice, and I'm just like, I just want to go talk to somebody else. I don't want to talk to you. So, yeah, I mean, catch me when you can when I stream. I'm kind of everywhere. I'm an admin for Role Model Fresh, so if you're interested in being on Acting Out or any of her other shows, exclusive interviews, or any of those, I can get you in there.
What night of the week is Acting Out?
Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern.
It's hard because I work. I know I used to watch this show a lot when I first started streaming, and I knew there was a reason that I hadn't been watching it, but as I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, and then Sunday lunches. So my weekend schedule, it really stinks.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough, especially because it lasts, an hour and a half, and then she does Say It With Your Chest after that. And man, I'm tired on a Friday night.
I bet. If so, just to throw it out there, my evenings off are generally Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights. So if ever there's things on those nights and anybody in here hears somebody, hey, we need somebody for a show on this day, reach out to me, because I can't give a whole lot all the time. But I'm definitely trying to get myself back to being more regular and at least getting on other people's shows and stuff like that. Just because it is a lot of fun. I do enjoy doing other shows, and especially like Acting Out would be fun. I don't know how good I'd be at it, but until I try, I don't know. So, and that was my problem before. She's a big streamer. I'm scared. I don't want to do that. I'll look stupid. And after a couple of years of streaming, I'm like, the hell with it. I made myself look dumb enough. I might as well have fun.
Right, exactly.
Listen, I have done more than my fair share of things over here to make myself look completely ridiculous. I might as well go and have some fun with some other people, right?
We'll get some faves out of it too,
Right? Even as somebody who had my badge for a while, I still get intimidated by other top streamers, and I know that's my insecurity, right? If you have something that I want, I get insecure around you and I get jealous. Whereas I already know that I should just go, all right, what are you doing? Let's watch, learn, but instead I allow people to intimidate me, and then I recoil and hide like a crab. But that's not as much as I used to. Now I've kind of, come out of my shell, especially after having this show for a while now. But
everybody does it their own way. You know what I mean? Everybody does it their own way, and what works for her doesn't work for you, and what works for you doesn't work for her. So there's that too. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely. All right, Class. Thank you. I will let you go. I appreciate you so much. You have the best rest of your Friday. Thank you. All right. So Cap Girl, we're going to give it a couple minutes and we'll get you in the box. Okay. So folks, we do the self-care, self-love segment in between here. And I opted for my semi-newer skincare routine. I don't know. Are we allowed to show? I don't even know. All right, I'm going to do it anyways. So I was spending a lot of money on skincare, you guys, and I'm talking a couple $100 every 4 to 6 weeks. Okay. Yes. Drink your water. That helps a lot. These 5 items have changed my skincare routine like no other. And you would think that in order to do that, they'd have to be really pricey. But they're not. All of this, and I've already had it for a month, and you could see it's still gonna keep going. I do believe all of this was right around $50. Probably a little bit less. Okay. It is the brand Believe. And I get it at the dollar store, the Dollar General. The Dollar General. Okay. For those of you that do not know, a beautiful lady on the TNT named Nina Poole. I'm giving her the shout outs because she deserves it. She does what she calls duperoonies. Okay. Now, a duperoonie means that she goes and she finds something that is a generic brand for a fraction, and I'm talking pennies on the dollar, and compared to where if you go to and things that work. And she had mentioned this brand, and I'm obsessed. I am completely obsessed with this brand. But then something else, you guys, and something I don't do very often, especially on my featured show. All right. So you can see right there, filter on, right here, filter off. Okay. This is absolutely no filter. No filter, but I'm also in my mid 40s. Okay. So, like, I'm not doing too bad, y'all. I got these, right? So, instead, you guys, of a face primer, I'm not even kidding you. Aquaphor is what I use as a primer. And I barely put any makeup on. So if any of you guys, I do my makeup on here a lot. Watch me do my makeup routine. It takes me literally 3 minutes. The whole face, right? This is so much cheaper than all that expensive primer. And it works better. You know, everything is blended in. You don't see, and I show you my wrinkles because it's not like, you know, ladies who have mature skin, and when you put makeup on, the lines right here, and then they get darker, deeper, and more defined when you put makeup on, right? Y'all, this stuff. This skincare line, the Believe skincare line, and this have made it to where I don't mind putting my makeup on. I don't mind how my face looks. So my self-care, self-love segment is pretty much for $60. I'm gonna guess that all of this will last at least 6 weeks. This will last longer unless you put your makeup on a whole lot, because this is a nice big bulb, but about $60 for all of this. And it'll last, most of these will last you at least 6 weeks. And it does make a world of a difference. And then something for you men, I mean, this is for men too. Men want their faces to be nice. You know, they don't do the makeup part of it, but it's literally called Believe. It's at the Dollar General, and I have been obsessed with it. Again, my own personal thing. She had done the duperoonie, I believe it was with the actual cream, the hydrating gel, and I says, well, if she loves it so much, I'm gonna try the whole thing. Correct. I don't know if you can see it. But this is, there you go. That's probably the best. But it's just been, my skin is just so happy, and it's soft, and I'm just obsessed. And then for those of you, have you guys heard of Lume? Capgirl, we got about 2 minutes, and I'll have you get in the back. Are you guys hearing that back thing in this too? Like a static or someone else talking once in a while? Okay. Because I thought maybe it was her thing, classes thing before, but now I don't have anybody in the box. Okay, this, guys, it is literally, I don't have enough words for this. Okay, I got the little one because I keep this one in my purse, but this goes under the ladies. This can go anywhere there's a crack or a crevice, you know, like it goes in your armpits. And it works. Y'all, All right, featured show or not? Okay, so women with the heavier frontal area under here when you're running around.
En el este, y yo le pregunto. ¿Cuál tú quieres?
Dios, gracias.
Cuando te encuentres. Hay 3 tipos.
I'm not supposed to have music on my featured show. That's not me. It's someone else's whole stream. Okay, so anyways, this Gumi stuff, it literally, it stops the sweat. I'm gonna video it right now, just so y'all. Really quick, sorry, Meet Me. I know it's my featured show and I shouldn't be whatever. And I don't have music on. This is another stream coming through on my stream. Don't yell at me, I don't have music. Okay, this is recorded just to be sure. Okay, so if y'all don't hear it, I'm gonna keep talking over it. It's weird. It's hard because I guess someone else is, you know. But anyways, okay, so guys, this, I don't even know where I threw it. This is not the cheapest product. It is not. But it is aluminum free, which is, aluminum is terrible for our bodies. For those of you that don't know, go ahead and look into that. I don't have time. I want to get Capro in the box. It's now 10:41, and I like to try to give my guests 20 minutes. But this, it's Spanish music or something. This is literally stops the sweat and the stink everywhere. Everywhere. Okay? It stops the sweat and the stink everywhere. So that is my self-care, self-love segment info today. Also, if any of you have pain, CBD oil, that's what I've been using for my knee and my foot. All right, guys, try to, I guess, leave and come back and see if that helps for y'all. All right, Capro, I'm gonna get in the box. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That helps.
I don't think. Hi, I don't hear the music. But I'm on Meet Me, so I don't know. Oh, yeah, I don't.
Oh, this is frustrating. All right, so I don't know what to do because it's hard to hear you over the music. Like it is so loud.
Oh, wow.
Like I feel like I have to yell for y'all to hear. Like, am I obsessively screaming at you guys? Because
You
I
actually sound quieter than normal. You sound quieter than normal. Wow.
Okay, it's over. Can y'all?
Yeah.
I can't leave. If I end my live, it screws the whole hour up. All right, so if they can hear you, I can hear you a little bit. But if I ask you to repeat yourself, please don't get frustrated with me.
I will.
All right, so yeah, all right, start. Cap Girl, sorry. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today.
My connective tissue disorder.
And what is the disorder, if you don't mind?
It's called Ehlers-Danlos.
Okay.
And just learning to live with it, I guess.
And what is, for those that don't know what it is or what it does, how does that affect you?
Every single one of my joints dislocates, just randomly.
And is that because the muscles don't hold it tight enough, or what causes
It's the
it?
connective tissue. It's not connected properly. So it's it's supposed to be like a flow where mine is just like not. I don't know how to describe it,
I mean,
but
I
it's just
kind
like,
of. So, but how old were you when you realized that you had this?
well, my knees started when I was little, and I was 7 when my knees started dislocating. So I would like be walking just randomly, and all of a sudden my knee would go out, I'd fall.
So it really
And then
just walking in it.
there was no sign, nothing. It was just like, and it would go out. And now over time, and now I'm 42, like it's everything goes. So I've had like
Is it extremely painful?
excruciating, yeah. They say it's one of the top 3 most painful things you can have. So
What do you have to do when this happens? Like, do you have to, do you go to the ER, or you just like
well, not
pop it back
anymore unless
in?
it's really bad. If it's really bad, then I have to, but normally no, I just rest and then it'll go back on its own.
It just goes
Or
back.
yeah, it'll just slide in and out. Yeah. But sometimes it doesn't go back, and yeah, it's genetic. But nobody in my family has it. So that's bizarre. But yeah.
Huh.
But it is genetic. Yeah.
Ouch. So, what are some things you do now that help you to maybe prevent the dislocation, or you know?
There's nothing I can do because my skin tears really easily, so braces and such rip my skin, and that's also extremely painful. So I just rest as much as I can and do little things at a time, and just instead of doing one activity at once, like say I have a sink full of dishes, well, I have a dishwasher, but if I had to do them by hand, I'd have to do them over like a 20-minute washing dishes would take me probably an hour because I'd have to rest between.
Yeah, but I mean, at least you know that these are things that prevent further injury. Like, I'd rather something take me longer to do than end up hurt and not able to do it at all. Right?
Exactly, yeah.
Um, God, that's so loud.
I don't hear it at all.
It's like ridiculous.
Really?
It
It's
is.
that
It
bad?
is so loud.
Wow.
Like, I can hear you, but like the music is like draining my soul.
I have you as loud as you can be, and it feels like you're at like half volume.
Okay, back to featured show. I've never been so distracted from my featured show. So, guys, I'm sorry, but like no, it's language. I don't get it.
I'm
I
on
can't
Meet Me Though
understand
class,
it.
and I don't hear it.
Stop the blah blah. It's like, I just I never did anything. Okay, get your life together, Lily. Um, So as you've grown older, you said that it's gone from one area to where it's your whole body, right? I guess for somebody that may learn that they've got this or know somebody, what are some of the best tips you can give them in order to help, for that person to get through it, or for someone who's with them to help it get through?
Um, I would say like so when I found out I had it, the internet wasn't what it is today. And when I found out I had it, there was only 3 known cases in Canada that had it because the internet wasn't a thing, right? Yeah, in all of Canada there was only 3. So And I found out I had it through genetic testing and everything. Like they went through my whole family tree and everything, and because I have 7 brothers and sisters and nobody has it.
That's crazy, right? Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
hear the music now.
Oh wow, I can hear you way better now.
Y'all, that was like, and I'm trying to hear you over the music, and it's like the music was it was like someone was just screaming at me, and it
Oh wow.
here it comes again. I've had this show and I've been streaming forever, and I've never dealt with this.
But yeah, so now with like the internet, they have like support groups. So I would say go on a support group because it's been so helpful and it doesn't feel as alone now with knowing that there's so many other people. I'm not always on them because I have an extreme case of it, and a lot of people are whining about very minimal things. So I get a little frustrated when I go on them. But if you're starting out, that's probably the best way to go about it.
You think that maybe now you made some now it's noises on top of music. Oh, this is so frustrating.
I feel so bad for you.
We're having technical issues in the background, and I am so distracted. Yes, I am so sorry, Cat Girl. Like this is
No,
crazy.
you
Because
can do
I'm yelling.
Pueden creer que
Now, and there's all kinds of weird stuff, and now it's not just music in the background. It's texting, animated voices. This is crazy, guys. Ugh. All right, so if you could look back, and it doesn't even have to be related to the topic of what we're discussing, but if you could look back and tell your younger self anything, what would it be?
Probably just you're not gonna feel as alone as you get older because there are a lot of people that have it.
All right, so before I ask you a couple not personal questions, but your personal streaming questions, is there anything else you wanted to add to this that people should know?
No, not really.
No? Okay. So tell these folks a little bit about yourself, when you stream, if you have any other shows or events coming up.
Well, I'm gonna be on Velma's last show on Sunday at and it's horror edition. I'm so excited. On Sunday at midnight. So I guess it's Sunday to Monday midnight. And that's gonna be so good, you guys. She might not come back, but she might come back. She's kind of not telling us yet, so it might be the last one.
It better not be. She better just keep taking her break to get her stuff figured out. I love her.
Right? She's amazing. So amazing. So yeah. Come and check it out. It's a great show.
Absolutely. Sunday to Monday, midnight to 1 a.m., guys. So it's Sunday night, early Monday morning. If you guys haven't done so already, please take Capital with a fave. Make sure there's a favorite class too. And is there any other shows you're on? Do you have any other events coming up? No. When do you stream usually?
Whenever I can. I have a lot of kids, so whenever I can.
I feel that.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for being on here. I am so sorry that this distraction went on, but I hope you have the best rest of your Friday, girl, and best of luck with everything. And I hope you stay together. I guess I couldn't imagine.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, sweetheart.
Have a good.
I don't know if this is going to end at 11, if this is just a featured show hour thing. I know I am beyond frustrated